It's not always easy to draw direct parallels between English usage and Russian cases, but it's worth noticing how often the word of in English corresponds to use of the genitive in Russian. Дом моего отца. Бутылка водки. The first example shows attribution or ownership, and the second one expresses quantity. Let's focus on those in this video. While we sometimes use of in English quantity expressions, Russian really goes much further, using the genitive for all kinds of expressions of quantity. Some examples. Много воды. Мало времени. Сколько молока? Много городов. Мало студентов. Сколько врачей? In all of these examples, we're using genitive endings to express quantity. But on the left, you see the genitive singular forms, and on the right, we see genitive plural. Now, if you think about the meanings in these examples, can you spot the pattern? Well, on the left, we have substances, concepts, things that can't be counted. On the right, we have what you could call count nouns, discrete, separate items that can be counted. So the overall rule is, with quantity expressions like много, мало, and сколько, non-count nouns, substances, or concepts will be in the genitive singular. Count nouns, on the other hand, will be in the genitive plural. And one more note about these expressions. You can use these quantity expressions as the subject of a sentence. Здесь очень много студентов. Or as a direct object. Она читает много книг. But много and сколько do change endings for other cases where they have these special plural forms. So, if your course has not yet covered those, and most beginning courses don't, for now it's best to avoid trying to say things like with a lot of people or in many cities. Also, when you think of quantity, you naturally think of numbers, but there are some special rules for adjectives and nouns after numbers, so we'll cover those in a separate video. Summing up, we'll often use genitive case endings when talking about quantity, much like of in English. We'll use the genitive singular for things that can't be counted, and use the genitive plural endings for things that can be counted. And remember that we can use много, мало, несколько, and сколько as subjects and direct objects, but if you're just starting out with Russian, it's best to avoid using these quantity words with prepositions for now.